This ended up being gross. Appreciate waffles. Is the stream frozen too? What is going on, dude? Holy shit, Arnett. You're done. You're done. Yeah, no, I'm lagging. I don't know what the hell's going on right now. Alright. Should be somewhat back. Alright. What market y'all want to go over? Is it better now? My screen will freeze away. Hey, yo, you're on. If you're still in here, my screen freezes. Oh wait, bro's gone already. Oh no, he's here. That messaged me, like in DMs. Because it's gonna freeze at some point. I can fucking guarantee it. But yeah, what y'all want to go over? Pretty nice, like insane market today, like on everything. It was fucking awesome. Still lagging? For real? Better now? Okay. But yeah, so we can go over, let's go over YM. I already put a video out on YM here, but we'll do it again. So when you go to the daily charts, right, there's really only this to target right here. And what we see the previous day do is pretty important, right? So compare the closes on YM, NQ. Right, what do we see? What's different about NQ? We close back in the range here. And then ES. We close back in the range, but it's not as strong or as weak as YM. But it's not as strong as NQ. So we know that ES is the middleman. NQ is the strongest asset, and YM is the weaker one. So if I want to short, ideally I want to short YM or ES, not NQ, right? So what do we have above the previous day's high? Bro, this fucking dog, bro. Alright. What do we have above this, the previous day's high? It's a fair value gap, right? So you can already anticipate what asset is going to reach into that gap. And this is what you want. You want a cracking correlation. You want one of the assets, ideally the weaker one, not to actually tag that gap. That creates a divergence, right? So with that, right, when I go to the 4 hour, I'm just aligning a profile with that narrative, essentially. And this is literally perfect. Like, it doesn't get any more hyperbole than this, to be honest. When we see the daily open, let me just make sure I'm good. Okay, we are. So we need the daily open to open high first, and then it doesn't create an established low of the day. As you see, it's just failure swings. Right, so when we actually reach into an objective, we can trade towards failure swings. Right, so creating a high of day from manipulation, which forms the wick, then expect expansion past the daily open to form the body, essentially. So we're targeting these lows, and obviously the previous is low. And when you just look at this PA here, it doesn't look like a reversal, right? It's very choppy, no fair value gaps. So that, in general, is not going to be a reversal, so you can already assume continuation. We also have this fair value gap, so whenever you have an asset creating a failure swing, ideally that failure swing tags a fair value gap, right? So that's good, right? So within the 6 a.m. candle, right, I want to be always looking within the drivers within that time window. So obviously it's CPI today. We have 9:30 as well. So I'm going to look for those to create the high of day. If there is no high of day already established, So obviously there wasn't. So this creates the SMT that's even higher probability. So once we see that on the lower time frame, we see this 8 o'clock candle here, or 8:30. We purge this high, right? Can't displace over it, create an SMT. So if 8:30 manipulates, what do you want to see 9:30 do? Expand, right? So this is the 9:30 open, the very next candle. We already have a CST, we've already reversed. So if we already reversed prior to 9:30 and we haven't yet expanded, this is when you can actually take these positional entries on 9:30, because we haven't even expanded and we're high in the range. So we just expect 9:30 to just expand, just rip right off the open pretty much. So you can already assume that the high of 9:30 or this 9:30 30-minute candle will form within this 5-minute range, right? It's large enough where you can assume that. So when let me do this. Okay, yeah. Right, so I actually entered a little bit earlier than that. I probably should have waited, but I entered before 9:30, just already assuming that it's going to form its high from here. But you could have got a better entry. You could have maybe gotten this fair value gap, maybe this opposing candle close. But yeah, this is basically the trade rate, assuming that 9:30 will just rip lower into the previous low. Again, trading the weakest asset of the three within the triad. So let me move this over. I can't see anything. So here we go. Also 9:30 right here. Okay, so I play this out. We see that we make an opposing order to the draw, right? Form the high within this already existing order flow on the lower time frame. So, and we just see expansion. And this is very anticipatable because of what 8:30 did. So if the first news event manipulates, then we expect expansion, right? And this goes back to, even if we didn't have news here, if we make that relevant high of day or we manipulate prior to a driver, right, then we should just expand, right, with the driver, because there's no need to revisit this high. So that was the trade on YM. It eventually got there, but oh, whoops, sorry, it was right here, my bad. But yeah, that was it. Yeah, pretty good trade there, and I can trade within that 6 a.m. reversal candle because of the drivers. So there's enough volatility within this time window that we kind of disregard this large opposing run. It doesn't really matter. It's just about forming an established high of day. That's all that matters. So hopefully that made sense. Dog violence. Bro, they're like little babies. Yeah, I'll go over CL and RB as well. Ethereum longs, okay. Regarding your YM trade, the 30-minute bearish closure, although it formed an OB, but did you treat it as a valid candle 3 closer? Yeah, it's an ideal swing formation. Right, so within T-Trade's course, I probably shouldn't say this in here, but all you need to do is close below the body. You don't have to close below this close here. You don't have to close below the low, just the body. Right, and it creates an order block. We see the ideal swing formation, which is in its course, so you can rewatch that if you don't understand that. I don't think anyone's recording it, honestly. If TWX is not here, or Dala, those are the only people that I know record it, and I don't record it. Holy fuck, my mouse is tripping, dick. Holy shit. NG. Look at that, I guess. I haven't really traded those pairs in a while. Dude, what the fuck? My mouse is literally like bugging. There, I had to unplug it. Alright, so I hope that makes sense on YM. And I'll go over ES, it's literally the same shit, but I'm trading with the 10M candle, but NG, huh? I really forgot which one it was. I think it's this one. With that rush it. Alright. So the only thing I hate about this pair is you can't use whatchamacallit? can't use divergences or anything like that, which is kind of ass. Okay, so this is not the right pair. Wait. Oh yeah, definitely not. Wait, is it? What the fuck? Yeah, we have a new daily open already, so that can't be it. So wrong one I picked, I think. NG, whoops. So what about this one? This must be it, right? Yeah, this looks a lot cleaner. Okay. So here, we have a very large manipulation. Let me form a swing point. So we haven't yet expanded visible on the daily closure. Now if you go to 4 hours, there's going to be some expansion probably, kinda. But when you have a swing point formed, and we haven't reached an objective, you want to see that candle for expansion. And you see, we haven't really expanded within these candles. This candle is obviously not expansion. Maybe on lower time frame. Here is not really an expansion candle, kind of a smaller range candle. So, you know, we have a fair value gap and discount here. Let's just see if we have a profile though. We need a profile. So this looks pretty good. Right, so you can't really refer to any CSTs in this range, so you're gonna have to refer to like inverse fair value gaps maybe. Or what the fuck is this? Like a new week opening gap? Okay, yeah. So this is pretty fire. So see how the week opens high first, and then we're closing below that weekly open. So you can kind of assume that that's the high of the week. And you have kind of opening near this invalidation point. So if you look inside the previous candle's range, just this one, if you want to frame a reverse or a continuation off of this close, you want to look for a small wick, right? Because we want to expand away from this candle's range. You're going to look within this candle's range. And you're going to look for PD areas within the lower half, right? The only reason why we mark out EQ of candles ranges is to force this to happen, this small wick. That's all it's doing. It's like forcing it to happen. Because if it goes to here, the 0.5, it's creating a large wick, right? So when you look, you know, in that area, you have a fair value gap, right? So 1800, so the same day creates it. So here's 1800, here's 2200, and then you have a London reversal, right? Taking out the Asia highs, which is ideal, form that small wick, and then you can look for a 6 a.m., 10 a.m. continuation. Now I wouldn't be trading 10 a.m. continuation just because such a large range already expanded, but 6 a.m. potentially. Let's look. So, okay, so yeah, this is valid, like right here. As long as we swept out that high. Okay, we did. Cool. See if there's a trade here for my model here. You'd have to enter. That's not an opposing candle I would consider. Potentially this one, but here's the thing about this. You already ran out this low, which is not ideal, and this low. So it's not an ideal entry, but it's one of those things you kind of avoid. But it might work. See, that's something you can easily avoid. You want to get in. This is in my course. You want to get in before we take out objectives because you can endure a new phase of price, right? Now let's see if you have a 30-minute close for yeah, we do. For distribution. We have an opposing candle here. A fair value gap. That? Yeah, you do at least get 2 out of that. But like I said, this is not even A+ in my opinion. Now, we are showing failure to manipulate this low for continuation, but still, you want to be involved before always you take out this low. If you look at majority of my trades today, or just in general, they have all of that in common. It's like a filter in price. It's like an extra filter in price. But yeah, that was pretty clean, for sure. Just wanted to look at the previous week's close. Okay, there's really nothing. We take out these highs, pretty major highs. That's pretty clean, for sure. What else we got here? NG, okay. When do you use the 3 hour? Okay, I don't use those really. If I'm gonna use those, which I rarely ever do, it's just to clear up the time frames. So like, if you're gonna go to like the 8 hour or something, and like maybe there's something ugly, maybe you could just use this. As you see, this is the 2 a.m. open. This is a new, whatever candle, whatever the fuck. The way you can use this really is you can encapsulate the Asia session in one candle and the London session in another one. And then you have 10 a.m. continuation. So like you could use literally the same model that I use within the 8 hour candles. That's something I used to do, but I kind of just simplified it a little bit more. But yeah, like when the daily is super ugly or something, right, you have one PDA right here. You know, when I go to 4 hour, it's a little ugly, potentially. That's just a swing low. On a hard time for me, it's a fair value gap. Right, that's kind of why fair value gaps kind of work, because the separation between this low and this low, this makes it a relevant swing in the market, right? When you clear out this low here, you manipulate this low, there's no reason to return to this low, essentially. But that's kind of like a AM trades concept. So you see this swing point here. See how far it is from this level, right? So when you take out this low, these are like what you want to frame reversals off of. But that's just a lower time. This is a 12-hour chart. So this is a lower time frame swing point. But yeah. Why did you wait for the 5-minute CST on gold instead of taking this? Okay, so mechanically that's not a CST within what is taught in the lens. So let me show you. So it'd be like an internal CST, but we have to have mechanically, this is a series of opposing candles that took out these lows. So you have to close above this. So once you close above that, it's valid. Does that kind of make sense? That's kind of why I had to wait there. But like you could technically enter within here. You could do that. Now I will go over gold in a minute, but this is very nice PA. This looks shitty right here, but it's not, because you have expansion, consolidation. I don't know if you had a divergence here. Let me check. 955. 955. So you do have a divergence as well. It's some internal shit though. It's like not that low. It's with one of these lows as well. So what about over here? 955. We didn't even form a swing low over here. But you just got it. You treat it as okay, so go through the course, go to T-Trade's course, and go to ideal swing formation, because it's a CSD and a swing formation simultaneously. Okay, I asked you an MX chat. Alright, let's see what's happening here. So in candle 2, you need a CSD, correct? So within candle 3, you also need another CSD, or like a continuation. So when you think about just a market maker model in general, you have the smart money reversal, which is candle 2. So here's candle 1, here's candle 2, here's the close up candle 2. You need a CSD to confirm the smart money reversal. And then you view candle 3 and 4 as like the distribution phases. So in expansion, away from a reversal, we see opposing candle support price. So you just need continuation within that candle. Now, you can do this mechanically with the Fractal model, but I'm not going to go over that, as that is not my model to just share for free. It's in the lens, T-Trade's model. But that's what it is. But you can mechanically do this. That's how I use it in my model as well. Hey Garrett, am I right for believing this is a PDF for your model? Wait, where? There is a PDF for my model. It's in the lens. It's my course. Bruh. If we get this 15-minute close. WSIG. Could you go over what circumstances you would trade a pre-930? So I kind of did that a little bit. So you need to reverse prior to, you need to hit a level that is forming the high of the day or low of the day. So if you go on YM, this is situational, obviously, it's not an everyday thing. So this is very specific when you have 830 red folder news as well, because you want to pair manipulation with the driver and SMT. So we have both of those conditions met. We also have a profile where we have low resistance at the low of the day. Whoops. Right, so you see the previous sessions don't do anything. That's exactly what you want to see.
This
right?
to
Because
target.
if these are unestablished lows, like you don't trade away from failure swings.
We just expect
you
930
manipulate,
to just expand,
creating higher
just rip
resistance
right off
liquidity,
the.
then that is, you know, why it's actually low resistance liquidity, because there's nothing stopping it, right? So it's just going to expand there and target these lows. But yeah, so if 830 manipulates, so within this 8 o'clock candle, you have that CPI, right? You see that it can't close above this high, viewing that as manipulation. Then we expect this 9 o'clock candle, which has 930, to expand because we've already manipulated. So if you've already manipulated and haven't expanded yet when a driver comes around, then that is perfect. You don't want expansion to already occur yet, because it's less likely. It can retrace. It can make like a larger opposing run at the driver. But when you see that we've already reversed, right? We have a CSD as well, only 30-minute close. So here's a swing point, right? So you expect candle 4 to expand. I already mentioned this earlier as well. It's on any time frame. You have a swing point, and we haven't yet expanded within candle 2 or 3. The candle 4 will just expand, right? So I just showed you this on the daily time frame on NG. Same thing on lower time frame. And yeah, I'm just anticipating 930 to just expand. And what you want, like I said, you don't want it to expand. You want to hit a key level prior. Ideally manipulation between highs and lows, which is what we have. Manipulation here. This is also considered manipulation. It's a divergence. So already showing weakness. But you also want 930 to open up near a kind of like a bulky opposing candle.
The 1 hour
just a
not
invalidation level to where it doesn't make sense to run out this high. So you can kind of trust this to hold and create the high of 930, right? So see how we're opening right next to it? You can assume that this is going to hold for continuation. That's what we get. This is something you see a lot. This is something that you saw me do sometime last week. Where the fuck was it? If I can find it, I don't know what time frame it was on. Here? No. Okay, so I did take that, but it's one of these days. I don't remember though. I'd have to look on my Twitter, but I think it's right here. Potentially. Yeah, so here. I was aiming for these lows. This is some bullshit, by the way. But I was aiming for these lows, as well as these lows. Right, just failure swings. So this is when I'm not expecting 930 to do some shit like this. So 930 opens here, like make some deep retracement. I just wanted to expand towards the lows because we're already near it. And so prior to the driver, we took out these highs and created divergence here. So it's like a smaller range manipulation or protected high within higher time frame distribution. So what you saw, I just showed you on YM today, was like a higher time frame manipulation. This is like lower time frame manipulation, or like protected swings in a sense to just continue. So here you see 930 is opening right here. So since we already had SMT, this you know, CSD and whatnot, we're already aligned with a 4-hour candle at this point. I'm assuming that that's the high of the 4-hour candle. Then I just expect continuation. I'm already within a 30 minutes, or sorry, an hourly expansion candle. We have this CSD as well, right here. And then prior to 930, we also formed that reversal candle. So to me, it doesn't make sense to come back up here to take all these highs. I just want expansion, right? But you see, we take out this low here. So here's my entry. And it comes back to my break even. But still a good trade in my opinion. Okay, so that was another example. I have a couple more, but we don't want to get like too caught off here. But yeah. While you're trading the 1 hour on the 3 minutes. Wait, what? 1 hour. That's the 5 minute right there. Did I like mess that up or something? That's a 5 minute, brother. Or was it the no, it was a 5 minute. Yeah, you're tripping, dick. It's right here. Bro is tripping for real. Hey, I'm new here. What time does Garrett trade? I trade New York session, so around 8 o'clock, but mainly around these drivers. If there's a driver, I'm focusing my attention on that. So New York session, CRT, CRT's crazy. What's a TMFS? Which TMFS? I don't know what that is, honestly. Don't listen to Freg. Raphael, don't listen to him, bro. Unfortunately, these days, sound never works for me. I don't know why. I had that happen to me. I forgot what the hell I did. It was something with this. So if you right click this, it's something within this. I don't know what the fuck it was. But start clicking shit until it works. I took 8:30, 3-minute, 30-minute NG. Oh, nice. Nice! Is that the one I just went over? I just don't know what time that was. I think it was. Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay. So you took this one. Okay, okay. This one was also nice. Yeah, NG was pretty clean today. I haven't really looked at it as of recently, but I'm kind of curious. This kind of looks fire. 10 o'clock. Okay, you have to enter this, but can't enter that after we take all this bullshit. Yeah, okay. That would be valid if we hit this before we hit this high over here. And I wouldn't consider this little ass opposing candle, personally. But I like this reversal signature here. What about 30-minute? Hold up. Oh no, I can't trade that, never mind. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Can you go over weekly profiles? If not today, okay. Yeah, maybe not today, that's like a whole thing. But I don't really use like weekly profiles like that, in a sense. It's more of just like daily phase of price. Kind of how the weekly candle forms. I'm kind of just viewing like what the previous day did. You go to like gold or something. Go to the daily chart. Like here it makes sense to frame a profile around. Because Monday opens low first. So the way the weekly candle is forming, opening low first, trading away from failure swings. So when you put in a reversal and close above the weekly open, right, that's what I'm considering a Tuesday reversal. But I don't care about anticipating Wednesday, Thursday, Friday expansion. I don't care. I just care about this next day expansion, if that makes sense. Then I'll reassess. Right, if we have a nice closure here, okay, then we can trade Wednesday continuation. As long as you have draws open, though. Like as long as you have this open or something. I'm more of a daily profile type of guy. I don't really care about anticipating a whole week. It's like irrelevant to me. You're just a pussy for no elongated, dodgy inverse variac. For real, dude. No good Friday. I don't know what that. I don't know what that means. Oh, Good Friday, like discount for the lens or something? I don't know, man. When you have 30 min SMT inside a 4-hour expansion candle, can you... What do you mean 30-minute SMT? Do you mean like CSD? That candle as a... Just one CSD entry. SMT inside a 4-hour expansion candle. Can you treat that candle as a candle 3? I don't understand that question, I don't think, brother. Maybe you can ask that in the lens. So if you like go to questions, maybe give me a picture. Where is it at? Yeah, ask in here or something. Give me like a picture example. No, I mean, why did you take the actual CSD? That OB I marked out was 30-minute, 3-minute fractal, but the 5-minute just looks cleaner. Yeah, so there's no, like mechanically, there's no valid candle 3. So I've got a 30-minute here. There's a swing point here, but it's technically not a valid candle 3 closure. To get a valid candle 3 closure, you technically need a close above the body of candle 2 or above the high. So you see if we don't do that. It makes sense logically. We have a swing point. You can expect candle 4 to expand. But here, I mean, I just have a clear candle 2 closure. So when I go to 5-minute, it's just cleaner. Great. Now 3-minute, was there anything? Anyways? Like, yeah, you could have taken that or whatever, but that's fine. I always love when there's like inverse fair value gaps. I don't use them for entry, but I like when they close over and then use as support, and then they form an order block off of them. It's fire. Do you always start from or with daily or 4-hour chart? Yeah, like that's how I'm framing my trades off of the daily, but I don't need the daily. I don't need the previous day to hit anything, or you just need a draw. Like as long as you have a draw, and even profiles can give you that. And then you can just trade towards the session highs and then beyond that. So if you have like stuff beyond that, you can target that as well. So when you get in before you even take out these session highs, that's the highest probability trading, because you can endure a new phase of price. Like literally what you saw today, we took out the session lows, got a new phase of price. If you get in before we take out those and then manage to other draws on liquidity, that's your highest probable stuff, because you're getting inside of the daily wick essentially, and you're catching the expansion. So you always want to get in around the opening price of any candle, like the 4-hour candle, the 1-hour candle, the daily candle, to confirm the wick, and then you want to catch the body of the candle. You don't want to get involved in the premium end of a bullish expansion candle, because for one, we could retrace at any time, and then when you enter, you can't expect, you're putting your TP at like 2 to 3R. That's like too far. It can't expand in that to that TP within the same candle. So you're kind of assuming that the next candle will just expand continuation, but it could easily just come back. Like it could, open low and take you out or whatever. So you just want to wait for a new candle to open, confirm that candle's wick for continuation, or wait for a retracement and a new PDR to get hit. Can I frame my trades using TT Fractal model for my bias and narrative, then go. So GXT is that. It's like TT Fractal model, but trading only high probability fractal models. So it's like daily profiling, and then using T-Trade's fractal model to get on side with that. So it's almost like AM, like how AM trades, but it's a little bit more high frequency. But there's so many things that are required, like aligning expansion in the same direction, that you get a lot of opportunities, but there are high probability as well. I don't know how much about ICT comes like MXM, so should I learn other ideas? Should I also learn AM's course for proper? I mean, not really. You can learn some things from AM for sure, but if you just understand the fractal model, then you want to watch my course, because that's how you frame high probability fractal models. We're not trading fractal models anywhere and everywhere. If you go to the Fractal chat, like literally everyone and their mom trades GXT, because you know exactly when to apply the model, right? That's the thing. Like, you know exactly when to wait and sit out of the market. So there's so many filters within my model that makes it actually probable. Whereas if you're just trading the fractal model alone, maybe it takes more experience and stuff like that. But if you just learn the model, you're just doing it naturally. It's just like, that's why so many people like it. And also for Forex, what would you consider driver times? Around no news, there really is none. That's what makes the indices market so amazing. You have 9:30 every single day. But as far as Forex, there is no driver besides red folder, so I don't really know. I would just stick to kill zones or something. I don't know too much about Forex. And if I was to trade Forex, I would probably only stick to the hourly 5-minute as my lowest, but I would probably stick to like the 15-minute chart. I'm not gonna lie. 15-minute. I would trade my model, like I see it work sometimes, but you just need like a lot more framework to like anticipate these freaking expansions. Like, there's so many like things within Forex, like these like cross analysis and stuff. Like, I don't know, dude. I can't tell you. You gotta go to Ian for that. If you're gonna trade, you're in the lens, so go talk to Ian. He'll tell you all about that stuff, because I don't trade Forex, but he does. He's like the only person that trades Forex, so you wanna talk to him. But yeah, it's just red folder. I would probably only trade red folder if I was to trade Forex, probably. Garrett, how can I get better at narrative? The price. I feel like I'm always on the wrong side of the market, which makes me miss moves, and I get the wrong trades. I use a fractal model. So do you use my model, Teddy? Please explain when you mechanically do it. What do you mean mechanically do it? I think my whole process is like somewhat mechanical. Damn near. Except these positional entries are not. They require a bit more experience, I would say. But I can't really do that in here, because I'll just give away the whole model. But Saturday, if you guys are in the lens, then we go over that stuff. Probably do another backtest session this Saturday, maybe. Can you give me some advice on how to find ranges within ranges? Let's say 1 hour range. I do understand that price forms. Yeah, I think I got you. So like kind of today, there's somewhat of that. Like here's technically a range inside of a range. You have these highs, and then you have this range low. But you have a range low, which is the reversal point, and then there's like the range high, which is like the retracement point. So we're looking to frame. So here we take out the range low and then form a PD array. So you expand away from manipulation. You want this to support continuation. So when I go lower, this is essentially the range we're working with. So this is the 4-hour low, or sorry, the 4-hour fair value gap high, which is just an hourly range low or failure swings on the hourly time frame. We purge this, right? We want to target the range high on the hourly, but obviously past that. These failure swings here are not relevant, right? This is the relevant point, because you would never frame a reversal off of any of these highs. They're considered low resistance liquidity. Just like you wouldn't frame a reversal off this low. You'd want this low to be taken out, because once you take out all relevant swings, there's nothing beyond that to revisit, right? There's no liquidity beyond that, so there's no point, there's no reason to return back to this level. This is called high resistance liquidity. But I can kind of refer to like in Q, like a couple weeks ago, it was like really rangy, and I used a lot of internal stuff there to frame, like the 4 hour or something. So it was kind of like this. I mean, it's a lot of this PA here. So I traded a bunch of stuff in here. It may look disgusting, but there's opportunities. So when you look here, let's go over this day that I traded. So I took 2 trades this day, just off the top of my head. So we'll go over here. So when I look here, I have a high and a low, right? Now we're kind of we'd make this deep run right within this range. So if I mark out EQ, if we wanted to see continuation, you don't want to see this deep run. That's like a red flag for continuation for this range here, because it's a bearish range to see continuation lower. That's a red flag. You don't want to see that. So when I look at the weekly candle, it kind of gaps lower. It's kind of weird, right? But it's an expansion candle. Like we're trading away from the open very aggressively. So that leads me to believe that we're going to go seek buy side. So when you're within an expansion candle, that expansion is seeking like buy side liquidity, inefficiencies or whatnot. So this is the only level we have, which is the previous week's high, right? So when you want to see continuation, as you see, you have a range low to high. You have fair value gaps here, and you have these lows as well. So this is the low. These little lows on lower time frame are the only lows that are relevant between this low and this low, as you see. So like when we take out these lows here, there's no reason to make a run any deeper unless we're going to consolidate and then create a new low to reverse off of. So like this is what I mean by like relevant swings. This is just a fair value gap on the 4 hour, but on the hourly, with a 30-minute or something, it's just a bunch of low resistance. So when you clear this, and then create divergence with it, this is where you want to see reversals, right? Because once we clear this, you have to view it like this. There's nothing to reverse or target after that, right? There's nothing to reverse from. So there's no reason to revisit this area. And then as you see, there's no high of day established. So this is what I'm talking about when I say one-sided bias. Literally like today. We open low, that supports a bullish candle. We clear everything to the left. When you want to frame continuation, you're looking for to reverse from PD rays within the current day. So maybe off of session highs and lows, or within the previous day, right? Because if we're going to get continuation, you obviously have to respect this candle's range. So PD rays within that range. This is the only relevant level that from the previous day. It's just these lows or the fair value gap. So when you hit this level, you want to see a reversal, right? If it's going to be a New York reversal, we want to use drivers. So when I go here, where's 930? It's right here. So I already repeated this in the beginning of the stream. Again, one of the most important things to confirm profiles, daily profiles, and stuff like that is to use drivers. So you see how we hit this level before the driver? If we hit this level before the driver, then we want to see the driver expand away. I've already said this a couple times. So this is why I got in this trade. So I took this original NQ. You're going to see this little 5-minute 10 a.m. It's a 10 a.m. news right here. So the fact that red folder was continuing higher, right? If it was going to reverse, it would have done it right here, right? It swept out all session highs. It has the red folder to do it, to reverse price. So the fact that it doesn't, and we more so consolidate, fail to manipulate these highs, and close above this opposing candle. Maybe there's something on the 4 minutes a little bit cleaner. Yeah, maybe. But this is 5. It's fine for me. Then I can just enter on that. So this is what I did. Right. And I'm looking for these failure swings up here. So I partialed out around 2R or something. And then I just go to break even and it stops me out. And then I get another opportunity for Joey, shut up. Oh, he's about to bark, bro. The UPS guy's here. Bro, how do I mute this shit? I'm gonna mute this. Alright, I had to let him out. You can go bark at him out from there. But, yeah, anyways. That was one example. Now, if I play price forward, I think we stayed in this range or something. I kind of had more of the same thing. So, look here. Let me play this price. So here, you have this range high and this low. And so if we're going to get continuation, like where could we continue off of? This low. Do you see the space between these lows? This is a relevant swing, right? So if we reverse off of this to continue higher, that's what we want to see. We want to see reverse off this. Now, I don't like this deep run necessarily. You see this deep run, kind of like failure swings now. But the closure, the fact that we closed back, above, is fine, right? Look at all these failure swings now. So here, because this is like CPI on a Wednesday, and we kind of just fail to reverse off of any of these highs and just come lower. So here, we reverse, so 6 a.m. manipulation, 10 a.m. coming back in the range. I didn't trade this day. And I think, I don't know if it is a good example for what we're talking about here. I don't think it is necessarily. Not really. But I did trade that day there. What is something that we could talk about? Like, I traded these days. I don't know if they're ranges with. I guess it's a range within a range. I mean, I guess. Not really, bro. So, like, you have this higher time frame range, essentially. Like, so you see how we fall short of this low? That's not ideal. But when you see price expanding away from that low, that's when you can trust it. You don't trust it immediately. When you see price expanding away, that's fine. So look at the way this weekly candle forms. It opens low first. That's ideal, right? When you think about a bullish candle. And then we're creating this fair value gap, right? And now you have a range internal to external. So you see how this is a range? Essentially. This is the continuation of that range. They're also within, this range low to range high. So I don't know if that's a good example. But yeah, I traded both of these days here. Like absolutely nice, especially this day was so clean. But just another little tip when you're thinking about models. So this is internal to external. The way the profile forms or the daily candle forms, it must support that move, right? So obviously within a bullish internal external, you would need a bullish expansion candle. So you would want to see open low into that level, right? And then form some sort of reversal in that level. And then, we form the wick and then we expand. Same thing over here. Open low into that level, form some sort of reversal, forming the wick, and expansion. That's kind of like some elementary shit, but it would be a lot different if we did something like this. Open high and hit this level. You're not going to reverse. You're not going to expand the same day. You might form a reversal candle to expand the next day, but you're not going to expand the day you're trading with it. Bro, this dog, bro. Hey, can't hear me? You hear me, right? Should a quick yes if you can hear me. I think I can. Okay, cool. So essentially, like, all you want, let's say you have a range high to low. You just want to trade away from some internal protected swing. Okay, manipulation goes through. Now you can assume that we can seek the buy side first, just because of that. You have that internal manipulation and maybe a profile supporting bullishness as well. That's kind of what I'm hinting at or trying to explain there. But yeah. Maybe even today was like maybe an example of that. I don't know. Probably not, because we manipulated a very range high, so probably not. Where we at, brother? Where we at? Where we at? What the fuck? Fred cracks me up, bro. Okay, we were right here. Okay. Do you always want to be positioned in high day, low day? Or you're also open to... Yeah, I'm open to taking continuation. I just don't want the daily candle to already have expanded, because then it's hard to anticipate how far that candle is going to expand, especially after objectives have already been taken. Like, you want open objectives, and you want the daily candle to not have expanded before your entry, because you want to target those objectives and you want to be positioned in that expansion. So that's just an easy filter for price, where you can just like, it just helps your win rate or whatnot just exponentially. Like, there's a bunch of little shit like that, like not fading can't. There's like a bunch of stuff that and even when I have my model mechanically, doesn't mean it's a good trade. Like, there's so much shit like that that'll just help you out. This comes with like experience, honestly. It's hard to put everything in a course. It's like impossible. You can't do that. A lot of it comes with experience and more of situations that just appear day to day, you know? Like, every day the market is in a different scenario, or like a different if-then scenario, you know? But they're all similar in ways. He doesn't trade live anymore. He had a few months. I don't know what you're talking about. Y'all need to study. Are you talking about me trading live? I like legally can't trade live. I could trade live, but I can't show you guys my entry, apparently, T says. I can't tell you put your stop loss here. I can't like show my position on my screen for whatever reason. You all need to study alignment. So basically manipulation of range of a relevant high low pre 930. Yeah. Pretty much. You just want to trade away from some protected level where it makes sense, where 930 shouldn't run out that level. And you want 930 to open near a level that shouldn't be taken. Like today. How do you decide when to trade YM, since it's not always in line with NQES? So yeah, so you kind of have to take YM SMTs with a grain of salt, but not in this case. Like with here. So my mouse is tripping again. Hold on. So it's very easy to tell which is the weaker asset of the three. So when I just go to the previous day's closure, we see NQ. We're closing back within the range with a very small body. The previous day I'm looking at, by the way. Look at the previous day's close. See that small body? We go to ES. It's a bit larger body. So we know that NQ is stronger than ES. And I go to YM. A full-on expansion candle. So coming to today, you can already assume that if we're going to retrace this gap, then NQ would be the one, or YM would be the one to retrace this gap. And you want, if you're going to, get a reaction the same day, you want that SMT to hold, right, on the weaker asset. You don't want it to trade into this gap. So you want that SMT to be created. You can already assume, that YM would be the one that would, retrace into previous low or expand the furthest, But as far as like cracks and correlations, there's many ways to confirm an SMT with like two-stage SMTs. Not something I'm going to get into. But it's very important. Okay, I already went over that. Can you show that reversal candle again? Oh, I don't even know. That was probably a while ago, so not sure which one you're talking about. Why is Frag not purple? That's true, actually. What did I trade here? Oh, was that Trump? Oh, fuck it, dude. YOLO. I was wondering what that was. Worked out for me. But if you look at the daily on RB, we haven't even went over like RB, gold, if you guys want to go over that shit. But this is very one-sided bias for me coming to this day. There's many things that point bullish. So start clicking shit. New model by Garrett. Win rate on average, I mean, recently it's been fucking insane. I would say like high 70s or something like that. I always go for at least 2R. But a lot of these trades, my runners go like, you know, over like 4R or so. NG. Oh yeah, we looked at NG. There was a nice trade. Do not require 4-hour swing point. Yeah, so I don't require closes for my 4-hour. This is what makes it different from the Fractal model. Because that's not the point. It's not to wait for closes within the 4-hour candle. It's simply to trade a 4-hour expansion candle. That's it. So I'm just aligning expansion candles. So what I'm trying to think of a trade that I took. Let's look. So I'm not sure if you're talking about a candle 2 expansion, because I trade those all the time, or a candle where we don't have a close, but I'm trading a continuation. So like here's a couple of days. Here's just one in particular. So see how we don't have a candle closure here in candle 2, but I can still trade within this candle, right? So there's nothing hinting of reversal within the higher time frame candle close. There's nothing hinting that, but I'm using lower time frame candle closes. So either within this wick you can have reversal, or this next candle is going to create it. It's going to confirm it, right? But what's important is this: within this candle, you hit a key level. So you see this opposing candle, and the previous day obviously reverses. You have the small wick that supports expansion. So I just care about trading away from the low of the day, right? So at this point, when we, like even right here at this point, the daily is still aligned bullish. It still supports bullishness. It has that small wick. But the candle that we're trading within does not support bullish. So you simply wait for the next candle to align itself with that bullish daily candle. So now you have 2 candles aligned. Now it's about aligning the 4-hour and the 30-minute bullish. So now you have 4, or you have like 3 or 4 time frames all expanding the same direction. That is true time frame alignment. Right? You can't have a fucking 15-minute alignment within a bearish candle that you're trading within. But when you have those both aligned, that's when you get the actual expansion, right? Because we know when you have this large wick, it's not going to create a bullish candle. It literally can't. Like, it literally can't. But it can expand the next open, as you see. We can look. I mean, it's the daily. It looks really shit right now. I know some people were like, with my model, they caught some stuff in here, and there's some nice expansion. I just wouldn't be like that. Trade this. Put out decent. I was actually thinking this day could go short. And I took that on one of my accounts just to try to hit a trading day. But I rarely ever trade. Like, this is my first trade in like fucking months. But this is what I saw. And I was kind of interested in. So if you look here, we have previous day's high SMT, which is pretty significant. And I was trading within this 5 o'clock 4-hour expansion candle. And as you see, the high gets created from news. So I'm assuming that this is the high of the day. Pairing the high of the day with manipulation and SMT. And we had this close here. So I was looking for like previous day's low. We didn't really have a wick down there. But as you see, it just comes back. So I risked like $200, which is like not. I risk usually a lot more than that, but that was that trade. But yeah, I rarely ever trade New York or any type of gold, or not gold, but Forex. Something I don't even know why I traded it to me, just because like CPI today, and I just looked at that, looked decent. Trying to follow GXC consistently, but seeing this price action happens a few times and got stopped out backtesting. Would like to know how you approach narrative these days. Can you explain on February 27th when you expected 10 AM continuation after New York reversal 6 AM, but it doesn't follow through until. So was this on NQ? I'm assuming February 27th. I'll tell you if I took this trade too, because I pretty much remember like all this stuff. February 27th. I'm guessing here. So I did trade this day. Alright, I traded this 6 AM candle. Now this is only, hold on, who's in here? Who's in here? Okay, so accurate, those. There's just some stuff that I don't go over, right, to catch this move. But it's the same model, right? 6 AM expansion candle, has a daily candle form. So it opens low first, which is insignificant because it doesn't trade to anything to reverse off of. Right, we have failure swings here. So when you look at this PA here, what does it look like? Consolidation. So automatically off of phases of price, we're not going to trade away from failure swings, so I'm going to trade back to this level. Now there's some hidden, stuff in here that looks like divergence stuff, but like I said, I'm trading within that candle rate, but I trade this on ES. So what do we see? The high of the 4-hour candle is created from, I can't even get to that because I don't want to give away the shit, but as you see, Asia low is the target, so I'm always getting in before these levels, right? I always want to get in within the wick, ideally, okay? So I don't want to get in when we take out these levels. Like that's not, I'm automatically not looking at price after that. Like I'm trying to catch this. This is what I caught right here, like this expansion. And we had news here. I don't have it pulled up. Let me get this indicator real quick. It's like right here. 2 degree. At least I think we had fucking red folder. Pretty much it. That's all I need here. Lines. Ew, get that shit out of here. Alright. So what day is this? Thursday? Yeah, we had 8:30. That's what I thought. So we had a divergence hinting that the reversal is already put in, right? So if the reversal is already put in, we have this reversal candle, then what should the red folder news do? Expand, right? Same thing I've been talking about, like literally in today's example and other examples. So all I would need to see, there's even another divergence within here prior to that. So this is simply my entry right here. And this, again, I don't expect anyone to take this or recognize this maybe. But yeah, like look at all these lows. It's very clean. This is one of my better trades like ever on ES. One of my best trades ever. And I got close, look at that. It got very close to my stop loss. But these news events, right, that are, like we're not classifying, like what is this? Unemployment claims is like some super, I actually think I put my stop, yeah, I remember I did. I put my stop loss at the 0.5 of this candle's range. So it's actually a little bit above that, just to account for that, but it didn't even take it out anyways. So it was more like if this breaker or something, I don't really remember exactly, but it was still a small stop loss, pretty small. But like I'm just expecting news to just expand, right? And if the high of day is already put in prior to these news events, so 8:30 and 9:30, then what should those drivers do? Expand, right? This is something you see every single day. Like this is stuff that repeat over and over. And yeah, I held it all the way down here. But yeah, like see what happens when we take this low out, we get these deep retracements, you get new phase of price, and I'm not interested. It gets choppy. You don't know if this candle is going to close a reversal candle, because there's nothing to target beyond that level intraday. Like, so I don't really care about it. Maybe there was this. I don't know if there's divergence there, but it's much more interesting getting in prior to these drivers. As well as the previous day also hinted bearishness. By the way, we had SMT with the previous high, right? So also that reversal candle. There's a bunch of things pointing bearish, but I did take that as a post on my Twitter. But yeah, if you watch my streams, C-Train, a lot of this like narrative stuff, you're gonna see. We talk about these profiles, and it just takes time, bro. It's like not easy. Like narrative is one of the harder things to learn. If everyone knew narrative, then any entry model would work. Like inverse fair value gaps, fucking, unicorn model, like it would all work because they all do work if you have the narrative and draw liquidity, right? Yeah, I took that. Sunny side, good shit. How do you somehow check all pairs at the same time? So like my model requires a bunch of things to be aligned, so it's very easy to see that this isn't aligned. Okay, let me check the other pair. Like stuff like that. And I just know exactly what I'm looking for, stuff like that. So it makes it a little bit easier. But it's pretty much my model. Like kind of allows me to do that. A lot of times just waiting on openings of candles, so Dodgy Daddy. Oh, I thought that's a valid swing formation regarding T's model. Fuck, I don't know which example you're talking about. I judge as differently if you have SMT, C2, NQ SWIP. Oh, okay. Can you enter first CSD instead of the second CSD? Okay, so you can only do that. You can only enter on the first CSD. Like, you could do it, but you have to understand the risk in that. You're essentially just assuming that the high of candle 3 will form within that CSD range or whatever. But if you go to the course and watch how to trade candle 3, then you can enter on the first CSD. So go watch that and T-Trade's course. That's the only way I will ever enter on a first CSD if I'm not taking a positional entry. So that's what you're asking is more of like a positional entry thing. But it's like required framework for me. I don't do it every single time. But honestly, the SMT thing is like irrelevant. So like that's not really relevant. How often do you go? I just have to go live within the lens one time a week on Saturday. So we have like scheduled streams. So AM does like Sundays, T-Trades does today, Kiko does one. So like we have like helpers, kind of like we do in the T-Trades community Discord, like the free version. You have the same thing, damn near, in the lens. So you see, these are like helpers essentially, and then we all do a live stream each week. Chart colors. So it's just black, and then hold on. It's this gray, so the fourth gray on 35. Everything else is black. Can you share the link with Garrett of the video? Like of this? Do you trade 4-hour reversal candles? Or yeah, I do. Now, there's two types of different reversal candles. So there's reversal into expansion, and then reversal like this with a very large wick. So this is what we typically avoid. There's only one condition where we can trade this, and that's within. There's a whole protocol for approaching the daily and the 4 hour, specifically the 6 a.m. candle. But these I trade all day. Like I'll trade these all day. Like look here. This reversal candle. What have we noticed about this? Small wick supports expansion within the same candle. Like those trades, those are the ones I really like to trade. But this is a specific protocol to trading a candle like this. Where can you find my course? If you join the lens, so I have a link in my bio. You can visit. We'll take you to the lens. You get AM's T trades, Fractal model, which you need to know if you're going to use my model. And then my model is in there as well. It's like actually crazy value. I'm not just saying that. Like y'all would think I get like a lot of money for them lens, but I don't. So I don't really care if you use my link. Do you trade? Okay, no, I already answered that. I feel like GXT is a good mix of the three. Yeah, honestly, it is, in my opinion. There's a little bit of expansion model in there, but yeah, it's a lot higher frequency, in my opinion. Hi, Garrett. I'm new here. What is GXT model? Is just my model with the Fractal model, which is T-Trade's model. It's just how I incorporate his model. Do you trade candle or do you trade C3? Well, C4. Yeah. So yeah, I do. Okay. I trade a 15-minute, or I trade 15-minute order blocks. But do you think 15-minute order blocks that reverse off price are high probability? Yeah, I mean they can. I just don't like the 15-minute chart just because, especially for indices in particular, because you miss the move majority of the time. So it takes a lot of time to form a 15-minute opposing candle. So when you're entering around these drivers that, expand quickly, there's not enough time to print these 15-minute opposing candles. So you get left behind a lot of times. Like, if I go to the 15-minute chart, especially if you're going to wait, like the first CSD, sure. But you see how there's no continuation here? There's just one CSD. I go to the lower time frame. We see clear, opposing candles that you can draw off of. But if I was to trade Forex or a slower market, maybe even gold or CL, I would do it. Like, it's probably higher probability to enter off those because this is a higher time frame. How often do I stream in free Discord? Like, not often. Kind of just do it. I don't have a schedule or anything. I just go live on our own board or something. Oh, what's up, Alex? What's up, dude? How you been, bro? I did go over a GXT model and I like it. Currently, just trying to trade from protected highs. Yeah, if you just focus on if you really want to focus on one PD ray, highs and lows, bro. That's the highest probability. Like manipulation, like trading from manipulation and protected swings, knowing the difference, identifying low resistance liquidity and all that. Like that's gonna be your best bet. Like manipulation that forms the high of the day, which is in my course, like the ideal profile. Garrett, I use the unicorn, but I only trade like 1 to 2 a week sometimes. There are weeks where I don't trade at all. Do you think if I join the lens, I could help me improve? So if you, so for finding bias and framework, then yeah, it's going to improve your trading. But none of us really trade the unicorn, but I'll tell you who does trade the unicorn. That uses the Fractal model with it. He's also in the lens. He's also a helper. I forgot his name. Day Trading Realtor. If you go watch his video on T-Talks, that might help you. It's free as well. So you don't even have to join the lens. But yeah, as far as like narrative and stuff, yeah, the lens is gonna help you. Show. Oh yeah, yeah, he's literally talking about him. Realtor, yeah. On today's ES hourly chart, one takes the trade. Wait, chart takes the trade only near some point on highs and lows. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Yes, early chart. One takes the trade only when it is near swing points of highs and lows. I don't really understand your question. Maybe format that question differently and add me in the lens, like the Fractal chat, and I'll get to that. But if you're asking, do we trade from swing points? The answer is yes. I don't know if that's what you're asking though. Joey, dude, I'll show you Joey. Hold on, I'm on my laptop, but where's my phone at, dude? Hold on, look at Joey. I'm about to send it. Alright, ready? Oh fuck! I tried to send it from my phone, but it turned off the stream. Read that back, though. Read that back. That's one of the dogs. Her name is Phoebe. Phoebe. When to know that a higher term candle is tradable as a reversal into expansion. That's why I cover my course. But I will tell you that it needs to open low first. So if you're going to trade a bullish candle, it needs to open low first. That supports bullish, right? And you want to form it early on in the day. And you want session highs to be available, right? Because if there's no protected high of the day, then there's more of a chance to return to the high of the day. So with the way the candle, oh god, with the way the candle forms is more supports a bullish candle, but not an expansion candle. That's the difference. And there's a couple more things with the higher time from order flow. Like if it's continuation, it's way more probable to play out. Let me actually show you an example I traded a couple weeks ago. This is what I mean by that. Shit, hold on. It's like over here or something. Yeah, it's like something over here. It might have been in queue though. I'm on in queue. No, this is not it. Hold on. It was a little bit. It was like the next week or something. Yeah, this day. Okay, so you see this huge candle here, this large opposing run. Well, it's a lot more high probability because it's a continuation. So you see how we're just continuing off of the previous candle's range. So when you go lower, you need the low of the day to be formed from a key level, which is what the previous candle printed. You need the candle to open low first. So here's the daily open. Right, so you see how it's leaving session highs. So it opens low. You need to form the low of the day early on in the day, so there's enough time in the day to reach back into this high. And then we're going to refer to drivers within this candle to expand back in this high, which is exactly what I traded. Right, 9:30 around here. I traded in here to get to that high. And you've got to TP. You have to TP at this high because we're not going to expand past the daily open with the way this candle forms. But there's a little bit more to it, but yeah, that's generally the logic behind it. And it's a bit different for like reversal candles. Like that's not a reversal candle necessarily. I don't know what that is, buddy. Kill yourself. How old is Garrett? I'm pretty old. Old enough. Okay, y'all just yapping. I asked you here about if then. Could you give an example? of what you ask yourself. Okay, so when I hop in the charts, I'm going to see if we put in a higher low of the day for my key level. If we haven't, then I would refer to, I would say, hold on, let me redo that. So prior to a driver, have we put in a higher low of the day? If we haven't, then the driver needs to reverse the daily range. So that's kind of like today, right? If I go here, here's the 8 o'clock candle. Fucking hell, dude. So look here, clearly there's no high low of the day established. So, right, so this is an important high in the market. So this could potentially be a bullish day, like potentially. Because we do have an SMT here. We do have an SMT here. Right, but if this is going to be a bullish day, right, and it's never ideal, to be honest, to have like a CPI be a continuation. Like, I don't know if I see that too often. Or NFP just like straight up expand. I don't know if I see that often, but anyways, we would want to see the driver expand away from this low. But what does it do? It starts to do that. Now this is the stronger asset, so this is where you get false signals. Right? Because when I go to the other assets, it's like a clear manipulation around the 30-minute here. Right, this is the close here. Now this is the middle asset. This is why I traded YM. Right, we have a clear manipulation here. So even to confirm this anyways, you need a CSD and all that. So to confirm this if-then scenario, like if this is going to be manipulation, then what will 930 do? Expand away. But if this is the low of the day, then 930 should expand away. But here we don't really see that with CPI, right? As you see, we're not expanding away from the low of the day. So that's kind of sus, right? So when we break down lower at 930, it's just confirming it at the highest level of fucking possibility, like, or probability. Like, this is like super clear. And yeah, that's kind of how you have to view it. I can't talk, but yeah, that's why I traded this. It's weaker. But yeah, it's about high and low of the day. You want to trade away from established levels. There's a couple more, but I mean, I can't even. I'm more of like think of them on the spot. Like, I can't. There's so many freaking if-then scenarios that, you know, it's kind of hard to just pull them out of my ass. There's a bunch of little detail stuff too. I was talking about live trading, but I was just answering someone's question above. Oh, I don't know what. I don't understand. Must have been from a while ago or something. I don't know where the hell I am right now. You had 100% win rate last month? Yeah. Technically the only loss I took this week was the EU trade, which is actually today. But that was on one of my accounts that I was trying to hit a fucking trading day on. I don't even trade EU. I thought it looked decent though, so definitely a loss. But yeah, I'm having a crazy week. Today was like one of my better days like ever, I think. Aside using SMT, how else do you grade before we compare? Closes. So if you look at YM, just the previous day's close, or just where we are relative to a higher low. So like maybe NQ would be like closer to this high, and then you see like, so maybe we'll see like put like this. Maybe we'll have like NQ close to this high, and then we'll have ES right here, and then YM like right here or something. That's one way to do it. There's like many ways to do it. Then you can just look at closes. So if you look at the previous day's close here, it's a bearish expansion candle. Go to NQ, it's like a reversal candle, the smaller body. And you go to ES, it's more of like in the middle, where we close below this low. It's not the weakest, but it's not the strongest pair. So it's in the middle. So yeah. It's also like relative to premium discount, because generally correlated assets create the same ranges. So one asset will create hit premium discount, the other one won't. There's like a bunch of stuff with the SMT, and like there's so much sauce in it. That's like the real shit. Like, it's so crazy. Can you explain real quick how you use EQ, if you do, on a daily candle and how invalidation plays? Yeah. So the only reason why we mark a EQ is literally just because of this rule. This common theme between expansion candles is they have small wicks. You see these smaller wicks, opposing runs. So that is a filter in price. So we want to trade expansion. Obviously, that's the phase of price we want to trade. So we need to require these small wicks. That's how we view, that's literally how it's like an active filter while price is printing, right? Now this can be applied to any time frame. So this is what my model does, is apply multiple expansion candles in the same direction. So you see how that's like a very high probability. But all this is doing is, especially when you get an expansion candle, like all this is doing is like a mechanical way of viewing or like forcing a small wick, right? Because if we create the wick way down here, what is that doing? Creating a relatively large wick. But if it's created in the upper half of this previous candle's range, it's kind of forcing price to create that small wick in a sense. Does that make sense? So like all you really want to do is you want to look for key levels that are inside of the premium end of this expansion candle, right? To form the wick of the next candle, right? So if I go drop down lower, what key level is within the upper half of the previous candle's range? It's this fair value gap. So it's like you can already assume if we're going to be a bullish day, it will form inside of this range here, or this key level. Does that make sense? And there's all sorts of things with invalidations and all this stuff. But it's super good, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, the lens has some fucking sauce. I'm not just saying that because I'm in it. I've been through many discords and stuff. Like, it's the best, bro. I'm telling you. T has a video on it as well. Okay. Instaban. Yeah, just watch teachers' videos. I've been trading Propulsion block PB's model, but this one seems better. Well, I trade Propulsion blocks too. The entry model is one thing. Like, entry model is one thing, right? That's not the real sauce. The real sauce is your ability to frame a trade, right? I could use like inverse fair value gaps and be a fucking demon on any model. Like, you can be good if you can frame a fucking like narrative and framework and stuff. Like, I would literally outperform. I guarantee you would outperform Dodgy any day of the week with his own model. I just swear to God I would. I should just do that just to piss him off. Wait, no, bro, that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, it's not like you don't have to change your model. Like propulsion blocks, I literally use propulsion blocks, but the way I frame my trades is maybe different than you, I guess. I don't know. That's what it comes down to, is what I'm trying to say. P signature. So now we maybe trade into a level of like a key level. So the series of down close candles that trades at that key level, you want to close above them. And essentially a propulsion block is just like continuation order blocks. Like, those are the same thing to me. Like, propulsion block or continuation OBs are just the same thing to me. So when we are going to trade, expand away from a key level, then we expect opposing candles to support that expansion. So really any opposing candle after the CSD is considered a propulsion block to me, but by definition, it's like the order block that's formed off of the CSD. But like any order block after that is what we want to trade off of, which is like first stage or second stage distribution. If you trade MMXM. Patty and Blake. I backed their model in 2024, had 90% win rate with 14 trades in a row and couple BEs and one loss. That's crazy. Holy frag, you hear this. Okay, I'm gonna ban you, frag. You're just naming random concepts. I just got home. I'm pretty sure some of it got missed, but whatever. I keep thinking that their stats are good, but something in my heart... Dude, if you have that, what the hell? If you have a 90% win rate, then I would never switch. Like, what the hell? I don't even have a 90% win rate. $15R. What are you talking about? Is that the ES trade that I took? Yeah, the ES trade was insane, bro. That was definitely my best ES trade. If you convert that into like points for NQ, it's a crazy amount. Because I don't know, like, obviously you know how the points are like tracked differently or whatever the fuck. I don't know how much. Someone could probably tell me. So if you if you measure 1,000 ticks on NQ, what does that translate to ES? Like, how many ticks is that? I'm like retarded, sorry. Garrett likes small and okay. Okay. I think it's recorded. WGXT, yeah. Do you use next day model? Yeah, I does. Actually, 2 of my trades were viewed off that. Essentially. So next day model is Fractal, which, if the next day model is basically the Fractal model. Hence the name Fractal. So you see how this day reverses, and then you can expect this day to expand. But that's all in context to other things. You don't just view that. Like, you don't just use the next day model with every single close. You're gonna get railed. You gotta use it with context. Here it makes sense, right? Because you make an opposing run, the weekly opens low first, which generally supports a bullish expansion candle, trading away from failure swings. So we know that's not likely to reverse. There's a bunch of I can go over gold today. There's so many things pointing to bullish. Here it's like it's super obvious. If you guys are in the lens, I already did it though in my channel. Yeah, exactly, sneaky. If you want to get into this, I have a link in my bio to get access to the market lens. Why didn't I trade you? Oh, that's super easy. Like, look, I've already mentioned this a couple times. So when I pull up around 10 a.m. or whatever, what do I see? So I feel like fucking load. Hold on. Okay. So here's the close of 6 a.m. Oh my god, I'm lagging. Hold on. Shitter net over here. Hold on, let it load. This is great. I love it when it does this. Okay. Sorry. Alright, what do we see? What do we notice about this day? Can anyone... Sorry, I have to play another candle. So this is actually the 10 a.m. open. What have you noticed, even before 6 o'clock? What have you noticed? Can someone tell me why you wouldn't trade this day? I've already went over it. I will go over that AB. Who can tell me why you wouldn't trade? Consolidation candle, no. I've already said it. Yes, too much expansion. Exactly. Like, where can you expect continued expansion to go? Like, look at the daily range at this point. It's fucking huge. Like, look at this. Oh no, dude, my mouse is tripping. Like, what the fuck? Right, look at this shit. It's huge. Like, you can't expect a daily range to come all the way up here. Doesn't make sense. Like, go back on price. When did we do that? You want to get in before we actually expand. I've already mentioned this. So with that, right, after taking out objectives too, to the left, you don't want to trade. Like, I look at this within 1 minute. Like, I'm not even joking. 1 minute, I'm like, all right, fuck this. I'm not trading this day. And that's how you avoid these low probability conditions. And as you see, we don't really do shit. Look at that. You can already anticipate this happening. It's very simple. Right? I think there's a trade here, by the way. potentially. 30-minute. Yeah, okay. There's a GXT model within this for continuation here. But you see how Asia and London expand? That's a negative condition to trade New York. You can't expect a continuation. Either New York would do, you can expect a new phase of price, so it can either retrace, reverse, or consolidate. But here, like, you don't want to fade this daily candle, so you don't even want to trade retracement. To even trade back in the range, what do we need? We need manipulation. We clearly don't manipulate. We consolidate. So there's no logic to even trade back in the range. Right? You can't do it. So that was yesterday on gold. And then CL is literally the same thing, essentially. So let's look at like 8 o'clock or something when you'd actually come to the charts. So I come into here, 8 o'clock. I can't trade away from anything. It's just expansion candles, right? So ideally you want to be trading away from always a hourly or 4-hour swing point. You see there's no swing point. This is the closest swing point in proximity. So you have to wait multiple hours for a new swing point to be created. That's going to take way too long. It's going to be at least to 11 o'clock. And you can't expect 12 o'clock, 1300 to expand. So this day is already cooked, especially since it's a reversal day. The range is already large. When I look over here, it doesn't make sense to short either way back in the range because of this. We haven't manipulated. We haven't taken an external range, so I can't frame an external to internal range either. So hold on. When I go to RB, you're going to look that we're basically creating equal highs when I open up 10 a.m., which is right here. Like, I'm not going to trade away from this. Right? When I go to CL, it's a little bit weaker. But the fact that RB is this close to the high, it could easily just go to that high. And obviously, if we're not going to reverse on RB, then CL would not reverse either. But I wouldn't even want to trade this either way because it's an expansion candle. So you don't want to fade that. So there's like a bunch of little things like that, attention to detail, that you can just avoid. And there technically is a win right here with my model, but I would never take it. There's good wins, there's bad wins. That's a bad win, in my opinion. Like, it's shit. But since we leave these highs, that adds a narrative for continuation this next day, which is what I longed. So you can easily avoid this day, just trade the next one. But yeah, like shit like that. Those are the two easiest things. When you see the market already expand, just fuck off. Just go to the next day. Go to a different pair. That's like FOMO 101. Just trying to like catch the expansion when it already happened. I don't know where we were, dude. Why didn't you trade CL? Okay, that was where I was. Trading stocks and can't use S&P. How would you know when to? Oh, stocks, bro. I don't know anything about stocks. So I know T like trades options, but I don't know shit about stocks, bro. But I would. Shit, I don't even know, bro. It's like so different, bro. I'm not really sure. Honestly. Like, let's go to like Apple or something. Like, it opens at 9:30, right? Or like Tesla, fuck it. Like, what the fuck? I think there is some sort of divergences between like the major ones. I'm not really sure though, honestly, but yeah, so I don't even know, dude. It's a bit different for sure. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know, man. So different. Like, you have to rely on the higher time frame for sure, but to day trade stocks, fuck. I don't know. I'd have to really think about that and study that or something. I don't really know, dude. Can't give you good advice there. I always catch the end of the move. The easiest way is to see what candle you're trading within. Has it already expanded? Has a low been put in? You want to be trading away from candles that haven't expanded yet, and once a low is put in. or maybe the previous candle like reversed, then the next candle you expect to expand, but you want to get in before the expansion. This is an extremely easy like thing to avoid. Is it possible to record a live trade on time? So I could, but I don't know how to edit. Like, that's why I don't upload YouTube videos or anything. Like, I don't know how to edit. So like, I always have to speed it up because who wants to sit through an hour-long video of just ticking? Hell yeah, Alex. Let's go. That's good that you're doing good. If you guys didn't know, Alex, we go back to the supply and demand days, bro. We go back all the way there, bro. Like, oh my god. I was cooked. I was beyond cooked back then. But we all once were. Why didn't we get a notification that you went live? Oh, because this is not a scheduled stream. So if I was to schedule the stream and then you would sign up for like notifications, it would send one out. But I just started this because it's the free, or it's like the public Discord. So I could schedule it, but I don't schedule. I just start it when I feel like it. But Saturday I will go live and I will go over the same stuff that I went over today. Unless we're doing a back test, I don't know what we're gonna do. Yeah, you gotta let me know what I want to see. Dog reveal. Yeah, we got Joey. This is Roger right here. That's Roger. That's Joey. And then Phoebe. I got some funny videos of Phoebe. Bro, they're not starving. Like, what are you talking about? That's a fat dog, bro. I know, he's dripped out for real. Look at that shit. I do not take 3 trades a day and have a 94% win rate. That's Freg. That's Freg right there. 86% win rate. 4R. Hit up Freg, guys. He's actually my mentor. Backtest session. I was talking about the lens is what we do. Like weekly streams. I'll do like a backtest session or like a weekly review. We'll like switch it up. Switch it up. With the OTE. Wait, OTE as in the concept or the mentor? Alright. It was 90%, but... Oh, okay, that makes sense. So, like, that can work. They have, like, either, like, an prop firm, like, good strat for, like, prop firms. Especially futures when the drawdown is so low. It makes sense, to be honest, to do that. That's probably what I'm going to do with Apex, something like that. Maybe not 1-to-1, but like 1-to-2, 1-to-1.5. Just because trailing drawdown. Alright, let's go over shorts. Is AB still? Alright, let's go over shorts that I took, so get rid of this shit. So what did I take it on? ES or fucking what? I don't think it mattered what I took it on, but if you go here, to the previous day's close. Just remove all these drawings. So like coming to the week, what are we thinking here? So we do clear all these relevant objectives. Why is this a relevant low? Because of the space between these lows, right? So this is obviously not a failure swing to this low. So this is where you want to see new phases of price. Or this is where you want to see new phase of price. So either continue to get a continuation signature through this low to get to this low, or some sort of retracement back in the range, or a reversal, or this is a very important level, right? None of these are important levels, not this, not necessarily this. This was an important level at one point until we wicked it. Now this is a bunch of failure swings. Anyways, we see the previous week, hit this key level. So if you look at Friday's close, just go to the daily chart in general. So let me redraw that. When I look at this, right, so obviously any of this stuff, there's no reversal here, right? It's just consolidation. And that's why we shorted a bunch this week, or last week. But here, right, we hit this level here, right? So the previous day hit this level. So what I would like to see this candle do, this is going to be a true reversal, is I would like to see a shallow run of this low, an expansion away, like a more convincing run. But this could still be a reversal. Like, we don't know. So if this was going to be a true reversal, then early week would expand. So like Monday or Tuesday would expand. And obviously we'd see a shallow run, right, that would support bullishness. We have objectives up here. That's cool. And everything. So we need a profile that supports that. But what do we get instead? So where is it at? So I forgot what exactly I traded, but if you just look here, if you just mark out the previous range, you have this from here to here. You see that we instantly drop lower, right? So this is already the area where you would want to see that reversal, but the fact that we didn't, so this would have to be like an Asia low of the day. So we kind of open low first, and then we come back up, create a new high of day. So here's the new week opening gap right here. So rejecting that. And so we have an Asia high of the day. So whenever you have an Asia high of the day, right, then I'm going to revert to drivers to expand away from that. But come time, it's like the 6-hour candle within those drivers, I see this. So if I drop lower, pretty much seeing we can't displace over this high. We're displacing back below, and then we're just respecting bearish PD raise or just a new week opening gap. So now it's about framing continuation around these drivers. So I forgot exactly what I traded. Was it 30-minute or something? Yeah, it was like right here. Okay, got it. So here's 9:30, and obviously we close below, or we're just disrespecting the 0.5 of this candle's range. So at that point, you ditch the bearish or bullish idea, and you switch bearish, right, to the previous low. Like we're obviously near this. We're already in expansion. So when you're already in expansion, right, there's no point to really go higher at 9:30 because we didn't engage with anything to reverse off of to kind of propel us back within the range because we didn't manipulate this low. If we're not going to manipulate this low, we're going to continue to this low. All right, so I'm not really expecting 9:30 to make some deep retracement before we take out this low. Now, after we take out this low, we could do whatever, right? And we're either going to take out the previous high or low. We rarely ever inside bar, right, within the market, meaning we stay inside of a candle's range. We rarely do that. I don't know what the percentage is, but I bet it's pretty low, the odds that we do that. But as you see, we print a lower time frame reversal prior to 10 a.m. Or sorry, 9:30. When I look within the 4-hour candle that I'm trading within, it's already an expansion candle. So the daily is an expansion candle, the 4-hour is an expansion candle, the 1 hour, the 30-minute, they're all expansion candles. So everything is aligned bearish. So that's also adding to my narrative. And then we're opening 9:30 within this opposing candle. So it's like, I just expect, since we're already close to this driver, already close to this previous low, I expect the driver to just expand there. So that's what we do, right? I don't know exactly what I entered on. Was it a positional entry? You have to look at my Twitter. I don't know what I did. Kind of forgot, but I either entered on this. Let me check, bro, because I don't even fucking remember, dude. Let me go to let's go to my Instagram here. Got a lot of nudies. So here it is. So let's see what I entered on. Oh, I got you. So I'm not entering on the first one. I'm entering on. So mechanically, you have to wait for this right? Now I could have potentially did a position entry because it kind of meets your criteria for it. Just because it's 30-minute close, but I just waited for a little bit, more confirmation. If you look here, now I remember. Now it's all coming back. Okay, I remember. So look here, with this 3-minute close. Once we close above the 3-minute, that's the fractal model alignment. It's already valid to enter, but as you see, the RR is very skewed. And now I've already said this. It's always ideal to get in prior to taking out this low. But as you see, my entry is actually it's on ES. No. Was it on NQ? Okay, so if you look here, we go to the 5-minute. So I'm not gonna wait for a retest of the 3-minute, just because of how low we went, right? So look how low we went. So we expanded all the way down here. I'm not really expecting price to come all the way up here. We have a 5-minute close. So I'm gonna use this, right? So it's not technically the alignment of the 30-minute model, but obviously this is a 5-minute, it's stronger than 3-minute, so it's valid. So why am I entering here when we've already taken out the draw? It's because of the SMT between NQ and ES. So previously we had an SMT at these lows, but we're not really expecting that to hold. So when ES showed the signature of continuation, now I expect ES to also expand to the previous low. So if ES is going to expand to the previous low, then I expect NQ, the weaker asset, to obviously continue expansion. Now, do I think it's going to go 1,000 ticks like I caught? No, but I can just trail, right? So look here, you enter on that. All you need is like 2R, so just to there. So it's a little bit past the previous low, while ES is making its way to that previous low. So we hit that pretty soon. Now it's just about management, right? As you see, none of these highs get purged. So opposing candle supporting price, and then we eventually get to like 1,000 ticks, which I just TP there. Does that make sense? In a way. Hopefully that makes sense. Do you look? Wait, what do you look in a blank chart? Blank charts. Well, I just look for my. I don't really use indicators. Only indicators that I use is like higher time from candles, and then session profiles, just to see the highs and lows of sessions. But yeah, I just do all my analysis and narrative on the blank chart, I guess. I don't know. It makes a lot of sense now. That was the sauce I think I was missing in my backtest when I was trying to trade the 10 a.m. Not relating to too much expansion. Yeah, like that's something that's very important and it's super easy filter for price. But how do you know when it has and hasn't already? Examples. Okay, let's see. So if there's like open objectives, that's another reason you could take continuation. But it's really about there being like a lower time frame. So, because if you're going to trade away from, let's say, a key level, and you're expanding away from that, you're not near a protected swing anymore. So you need a lower time frame protected swing to trade away from for continuation, kind of in a way. Like I'm not just going to refer to a little 5-minute opposing candle. Really low in a range, I would want to see like a lower time frame protected swing or something like that to trade away from. But 20th and 21st, so I'll tell you if I took these trades or not. Or I can already tell you I did, at least one of these days. So I took this trade here. So let me tell you, I don't remember this day though. This day did I take? I don't think I did. But it's an easy one. So 10 a.m. opens right here. Like, what am I going to target after that? And look what phase of price we get. We go back on the range. That's super easy to avoid. You see that? There's nothing beyond this to target, right? So 10 a.m., as you see, just more so like consolidates. Easy to avoid. Now, this 6 a.m. candle, I mean, hold on. Like, I got to see if I did trade this. It would have to be like, did I take this shit? Bro, I feel like I did. Hold on, let me go to my shit real quick. My Instagram. Like, I don't even be remembering. Let me go to the 4-hour chart. Let me see what this looks like here. I know I for a fact traded this day. Did I take this? I don't think so. I think I took that. Unless it's on my Twitter. Let me scroll though. Is it not telling me the date of the post? That's kind of ass. Go back. Yeah, I don't know if I traded this. Too far back. I can't find it. But I can tell you right now, I would not trade 10 a.m. It would have to be 6 a.m. That I know for a fact. I got a lot of trades in here. Holy shit. Wait, is this it? Oh no. Yeah, bro, I don't think I traded that day. Unless someone sends in the chat. I don't think I did though. But yeah, 10 a.m. you don't trade that day. But 6 a.m. you could, right? Because you have open objectives. And the day hasn't expanded yet. Now this day, I did trade, right? I actually traded within the 6 a.m. candle. And I'm trading within a candle 2 closure. So there's a bunch of confirmation why we're bearish this day. I know AM was bullish, and that's not wrong. Like, he still caught a trade. And if you use my model, there's still a trade here. There's actually a long and a sell within the 6 a.m. candle. It's funny. But here, there's like some 2-stage cracking correlation stuff. But here you have an SMT, right? And since we hit this prior to 9:30, right? What do we want to see? Again, this repeats all the time. 9:30 should expand away from this divergence and manipulation. That is like a confirmation that we can at least get to this low. Right? Now, if we fail to manipulate this low, where are we going to go? The previous day's low. Right? You know, SMT with the previous high, which is significant. Right? So this is my trade. This is right here. This opposing candle. Right before 10 a.m. So I'm assuming that since we can't manipulate this low, there's other reasons, but I'm not going to get into that. But, yeah. Right? In the higher time frame, back this up. Expression, yes. Right, you have a swing point, and there's, again, it's more of like crack and correlation stuff. I kind of hinted this. Now, can I expect this huge fucking move? No, not really. But I can assume that we can go here. This is literally where I TP'd, by the way. I TP'd here, and it went this far. Like, that's pain, but it is what it is. But yeah, to really answer your question, like, you could trade 10 a.m. here, though, potentially. Because if I look at the daily candle, haven't really expanded. There's still an open objective, but I don't think there was anything here. But ideally, the 6 a.m. candle is where you want to trade, right? Because it's actually above the daily open, essentially, right? And we're framing a reversal off of this high. Here's the SMT. So if you notice something, the high of the week is framed from manipulation with the SMT. So it goes from the stronger asset to the weaker asset. That's one reason why this goes bearish. Guys, quick question. If I had 6 months of experience in Forex, does it still make sense to... Yeah, I think so. I really prefer futures. They're so much better. It's not even funny. So much easier to trade. And there's like no spread, like no fees. Dude, it's so much better. I may be unprofitable to trade at Forex. I'm playing. It'd be a lot harder though, I'm telling you right now. I would have to learn a bunch of stuff though. I feel like there's definitely some sauce with Forex, with like comparing currencies and more like economic stuff, I think. Something with like interest rate. I don't know, dude. I'm just talking my ass. Like, I don't know. But I know there's stuff to learn that I would have to learn if I wanted to get good. Hey brother, once the CSD, let's say on 1 hour is set and we have, or we don't want to, the 50% rule, do we need to be taking a 5 minute? Wait, hey brother, once the CSD, let's say on the 1 hour is set. Okay, so 1 hour CSD, and we don't want the 50% broken, right? Yeah. Do we not want it to be broken on the 5 minute? Oh, no, it's more about the candle closes. So it may close on the 5 minute, but as long as it doesn't close on the hour, then that's what you want to base it off of. I'll edit for you, bruh. I do need to, like, if I knew how to edit, I would actually post YouTube, but they're shit. I don't know how to I don't post YouTube because my videos are shit, and I don't want to put out shit videos, like low quality videos anymore. So, like, if I learn how to edit, then I'll post on YouTube. Which T is wanting me to post on YouTube, and he said he's going to teach me, but haven't really got around to it yet. Thought that 15 macro would deliver 2R, but no. Oh, rip. I don't even use macros. Oh, is this when I said Freg is my mentor? Yeah, I do backtest within the lens on random dates and stuff like that. Like, we're doing a whole year backtest from like 2018 or something. Yeah, I've been trading the model from Patty and Blake Discord. Who is that? Who is Patty and Blake? Gonna leave and switch over and learn yours. Don't like the RR and they trade low quality conditions too much. Therefore makes up stupid. Oh, okay. Who is that? Are those like TikTokers or something? You're like the second person to mention them. You got me pumped to study. Why bro brain so slow? Can't even remember his own trade. For real, dude. Give Snapchat. Shoddy. No. Yeah, there's too many bitches on there. There's literally fucking zero. Does a positional entry mean? A positional entry means, let's say the previous candle reversed, and it's only when the previous candle reverses. Let me try to draw this. No, hold on. Let's actually just go into something. Alright, so here's maybe an example. So it's when the previous candle reverses, and there's going to be a key level within this. Actually, hold on. There's a trade that it's like multiple days that it's in this day actually. So this is actually a good example. So do you see here? Fucking hell, hold on. So within this candle, right? There's already a reversal. So it's basically within the previous candle's range. There's going to be like a lower time frame key level that's like it only makes sense for price to reverse from. So when I drop lower, do you see how this is the only level for price to continue off of? Not reverse from, but it's the only level for the 10 a.m. candle's low to form. Because if we dip below this low, you see how big of a range this is? This would automatically invalidate our idea of longs. And also, I do this when there's a one-sided bias with objectives open. So this is a very, very clear one-sided bias where ignore everything to the left. Just think about the previous candle. Like, that's how I kind of view things. I'm viewing things the previous week to current week, previous day to current day, previous sessions to current session. That's kind of easy, how to make it easy. So previous day, what did it do? Reverse off this low. I have failure swings to target. Okay. Now I go here. What do the previous candles do? Well, they put in the low day. We have a swing point, so I can expect a candle for expansion on the 4-hour time frame. So now I want to frame an open, low, high close on the 4-hour time frame. So there's always going to be a key level to form that low from. And when I look at the intraday profile, we have 8:30 news and 9:30. What did they both do? They both expanded away from the current day low. This is something I've mentioned multiple times today, and it's something I use every single day to validate low of the day. So the fact that they are expanding away gives me a one-sided bias to where this is literally the only level for price to form the 10 a.m. low, right? Because, like I said, if we break this, it's forming way too big of a wick on the 4-hour time frame. So I can just set a limit here, put my stop loss at here, right? This is just too large. So if it gets hit, I just have to accept that. But generally, it's not going to go below the 0.5 of this candle body, ideally, or just the candle's range in general, if you mark it out. Right, so my stop loss is below there, so it just makes sense to put your stop loss there. And then I can target objectives, right? So I can target these highs. That's not 2R, so a little bit past that is 2R. Take a partial there. And then we have our final TP around 5R. So this is what I took in anticipation of the low to form here. And it has to be a clear level. Like, this is a very large range opposing candle. So it just makes sense, right? That's another potential entry right there. But you see how the low of the 4-hour candles form there? And then we eventually TP. I almost like went bald because of this trade because it almost stopped me out. But there you go. It goes there. Makes sense? So it's very, there's two things you can use it. It's for openings of 4-hour candles that I use it with, and openings of drivers. Right, so those are the two things, two types of positional entries. It's you're anticipating that open of a candle to form its wick between a range, which is where your stop loss is at, or you're anticipating a specific driver to continue from a specific level where your stop loss is at. So yeah, those are something I use a lot, by the way, but they require more context and framework and experience. So it's not even something I have in my course because I don't want people to just be, taking all these positional entries when it's not valid. Something I will add, maybe. How did I get way up here? What the fuck? Okay, where are we at? Okay, I was somewhere around here. Yes, I did. I did save him. I'm from a fire. Damn, you're still yapping? Yeah, I could literally yap forever, dude. I don't even know when I started. Freg is one of the better GRT students, for sure. Except he misses a lot of trades, like a bot. But that's okay. This is my mentor right here. This is actually Freg, by the way. You shorted this day, bro. I shorted that day? I'm insane if I shorted that day. Kraken correlation stuff. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. QT, what's that? Quick Trips? That's my favorite gas station. QT. Oh, CapCut Premium? I could learn, like, if I'm not like a lazy fuck, like, I could definitely learn. I will get to making videos, though, for sure. Today's recording will be great to learn from. Yeah, and if you look inside the WAP, we have my weekly streams uploaded to WAP if you want to watch those as well. I'm curious to use IPTA ranges. No, not really. Not really. Give me if I don't make a lot of money from the lens, guys. Anyways, don't get off the desk and do other stuff. Yeah, Dude, I literally hopped in a trade while I was driving today. You know I was driving to my little brother's school. Literally on my way back, I hopped in a trade. From my phone. I do stuff, but not really. Yourself. Yeah. Trading is gambling. Facts. It's controlled gambling. 6K course. Yeah, that's crazy. Garrett, if a low or high is manipulated and we do not see a B expansion away from it, is it safe to assume it'll get taken? Yeah, so like when you see price like fail to kind of reverse immediately from a higher low, it's definitely uninteresting. So this is actually a lot of my framework on gold today. Like lagging or something. Hold on. Let it load. This lag, holy shit. Probably frozen for you guys too. Hello. Awkward. What's your fave pair to trade? Indices. And then gold and CL. Alright, holy moly. Okay, so if you see just between, I don't know if you want to call it a triad, but it's the three assets I use for correlation. So it's silver and euro, or gold euro. These are the kind of like correlated assets that I'm using. So gold is actually the middle. It's the middleman here. Silver is the strongest pair, and then you see that euro is the weakest, right? So when I go to euro, let's just look at this. So does it make sense for euro to be a little bit bullish this week? Yeah, right. Previous week hits a fair value gap. We can reverse off of this candle's low. It just prints a large range in general, so you can get some sort of new phase in price. So when you look at the previous day's close, we also have a reversal candle. Right, so it makes sense for this day to be bullish. So if the weakest asset makes sense to go bullish, then it would make sense to go bullish on the other pairs, right? And when I look at silver, there's actually an SMT prior to the news event today or whatever. There's like all these SMTs right here, but they're fake, right? And how do you know they're fake? When you see this, right? If you see the weakest asset fail to reverse, you see this consolidation? Fake SMT. It's just continuation. Right? We're not going to reverse from this consolidation, so it's just expansion, consolidation into this gap, right? Which again, the previous day reverses and forms its wick from that previous day's range, that PD array within the upper half of that candle's range. So I can expect continuation here, right? Off that fake SMT. When I go to silver as well, you see how we had this SMT, right? And then we failed to reverse from this high as well. Do you see this consolidation? That's a continuation signature. Okay, so we're not going to reverse from this, so generally going to expand. Since it's a stronger asset out of the three, obviously it's going to expand, right? But you see more of an explosive move here because we have yet to draw into these highs, right? So this asset over here, I mean, I guess we could have hit this as well, but prior to the news event, we've already hit objectives and stuff, so you're going to see explosive moves when objectives or towards objectives, right? So that's kind of why we got that, stronger move there. The lamp for real, dude. It must be nice to like sell a course for like $500 and just have like 500 fuckers in there. SMT cancels out. Wait, SMT cancels out by SMT. What is bro even saying? Came from the boot camp. Oh god. What entry you generally use? I'd be reviewing your journal and where you mark out them. Sometimes doesn't look like a candle close retest. So the only way I will enter off like a fair value gap, let's say, is when, let's say we put in, let's say we put in like a reversal, right, where we close above a candle, so CSD, and then this is going to be a continuation OB as well. But let's say this candle close that creates OB is really far away. So generally when you get this, you have a less likelihood of price coming back to retest this order block. So if it's too large of a range to enter on the close, then I'll wait for either like some sort of retracement. It doesn't even have to be into a PD array. It doesn't have to be. I just need a smaller stop loss essentially, so that my target is at least 2R. You know, so kind of manipulate the RR by just waiting for retracement, or I will just simply wait for a fair value gap to be created, something like this, and then I'll just enter off that because the order block is already aligned, or the opposing candle is already aligned, so it's already free to enter. But if I can get a smaller stop loss and enter a fair value gap, that's fine. That's kind of the ways I enter that. But generally, there has to be an opposing close candle for me to enter, right? What's another way? What's another? What was I trying to say? I kind of lost my train of thought here. Yeah, I forgot. I think that's it. I think there's just something else I wanted to mention, but I literally just like went brain dead. If I remember, then I'll go back to it. Oh yeah. Okay, so as well, if it's a big range, then I'll put my stop loss on the body, not the swing low. That's what I was trying to say. I actually do that a lot. I put myself as the body a lot. But it can't be a large wick because your entry is going to be closer to the body, obviously, because let me show you an example real quick. Let me just find like a CSD real quick. Doesn't matter what time frame, honestly. It's like this, pretty much. So like it's a lot riskier putting your stop loss at the body of this CSD. So pretend it's like a 5 minute, okay? Because you see how much closer it is to the actual CSD. But if the body is closed like down here, it would be like a little bit more safe. That makes sense. So like when the wicks of the opposing candle or whatever is really close to the actual like closing price. So let me show you what I mean by that. That's when I will actually just put my stop loss at the bodies. So like this, for example, like I'll always put my stop loss at the body instead of maybe the swing high, like this swing high or this swing high. You just save a little bit more RR, because if it's going to come up here, dude, it's going to take you out like 90% of the time. So you might as well just save a little bit extra RR. What's another, like this would be another example. Like both of these. Like if I'm going to enter on the retest something, I'm not going to put my stop loss here, I'm going to put my stop loss here. Makes sense? I'm going to put it here. But if it was like a fat ass wick and like smaller bodied opposing candles, then I'm going to use the swing high and low. Or maybe 0.5 of the wick or something like that. Alright, I might hop off pretty soon here, guys. Is a 5 minute CSD from a 4 hour swing point valid? Yeah, that's what I do. I don't use the 15 minute. Now, to confirm like profiles and stuff, that's when I use a CSD. But it's not even required. I don't even require a CSD to like confirm a New York reversal or anything. Only when it is like a Asia or London reversal, that's when you want to confirm with a CSD. No discount for Easter. I don't know. I don't make the prices. Like I don't have anything to do with any of that stuff. I just have my course in there. That's more of I don't do any of that back end stuff. I don't have a say in that. If it was up to me, there'd be fucking discounts all up in this bitch. No, I'm kidding. It's already like pretty cheap. If we're being for real. 150. Not crazy. There's 3 courses. Yeah. It's actually crazy. When you look at like, I don't want to like name call, but just these other people, you know, maybe, I don't know, I'm not going to say anything. I don't know. It's just the value is insane. That's all I got to say. AM Trades and T Trades, like one of the better mentors out there in the ICT space. And they're like genuine too. They actually genuinely care about helping people. That's why they do all this stuff for free. Like you see all these videos for free, they actually care. Yeah, watch AM Trades. I really like his content. His new content is pretty cool. I'm not Scandinavian or whatever the hell it is. No, I'm in the United States. In GXT, hunting hours primarily. So indices around drivers. So within the 6 a.m. candle, we're not going to trade 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. I'm going to be referring to the hours of like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So yeah, especially red folders and like 9:30 within that time. But if there is no red folder, let's say on even indices, I'm going to refer to 9:30 majority of the time. And for oil and gold, I'll just refer to 8 a.m. if there's no red folder. That's kind of the kill zone that I would just use. Yeah, maybe cheap in USD. Yeah. Here's the thing about prices and communities. You can't make, like you literally just can't make a community or a mentorship very cheap. There's like 2 reasons. For one, you have to charge because you want serious people, right? Within that Discord, you want to mentor serious traders. So money, obviously, people that actually pay are serious traders. That's for one. And then another reason, you can't make it super cheap because it would just be too many people would be in that bitch. And like, that's just never a good thing. You wouldn't get the time from each mentor. Like if you're going to pay T-Trades $150 a month, you want his time. If there's too many people, there's, you know, that's even why there's people like me and Kiko and Nico and Ian to kind of distribute the load a little bit more. Yeah, exactly. If you're going to pay someone, yeah, you need their time, right? If there's too many people, they can't do that for you. And that would be literally unfair to the student as well. Like, you know? Is Nikki good? I don't know who that is. Nico. Yeah, he's good. Good trader. Catch you Saturday. Hope you do backtesting session. Really enjoyed watching that. Yeah, no problem. If you missed the first backtest session I did, it's a FX replay I did like 2 weeks ago. It's already uploaded to WAP C-Train if you missed it. How do you catch so many setups across pairs? Yeah, I literally trade on like this morning I caught some one of the trades on my phone, but it's just because I know exactly what I'm looking for. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of my model requires so many things to align, so it's easy to be waiting for these closures and stuff like that. And I just have experience, I guess. Like I know where reversals should happen, when they should happen. I could set alerts. I don't know. I would say it comes down to experience though. But I only trade with one monitor, yeah. One screen. I don't like to split my screen up. Like I don't like doing this. Personally. Like when I backtest like this, it pisses me off. It's like really annoying. I like to have one full screen like this. Just how I like it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he's like, I don't know how people be doing like the 8 screens. Ugh, it's so gross. I can't do it for real. A stream tomorrow? I don't know, maybe. Like I said, I don't have a scheduled stream for this. I just do it when I'm bored. You got a MacBook? I got a MacBook too. But I want multiple screens. Yeah. I mean, for some people it's good. Yeah, Freg, you're cooked for sure. Unless you have a fat-ass monitor, like maybe this could work. But you can't do this, bro. You can't do that on a laptop, bro. You'd be like, I need some fucking glasses. I don't even wear glasses. I would need some. How many losses a day? I'd take 2. GIF lens? I can't even do that. If I could, I would. I cannot do that. I would have to ask like T or something. But they do giveaways. Like they do all that stuff. I can't actually do that shit. Fees, you trade today? Let's go check the index and chat. We'll find it. Ah, damn right. Dude, if we even trade the same shit. Oh, never mind. You comment on my Instagram post. Yeah. Yeah, basically the same shit. I basically took this on YM. And then I traded ES a little bit later. Holy shit. Look at this guy, dude. 20 wins, 20 trades. Yeah, you're him. He's another great person to learn from, guys. I actually learned a lot of things from him. True stories. What the fuck am I doing here? How do I full screen this? Oh, never mind. Here we go. Yeah, it's generally the same thing, huh? Oh, I see. I thought you won like 20 trades in a row. I was like, holy fuck, dude. Bro. It's funny because we all trade generally the same. Obviously, T trades the Fractal, so I just trade similar to him. But we also trade fees trade similar to us as well. Bro, what is QT, man? I don't know what you're talking about. Quick Trips, I love that gas station. It's my favorite gas station. Quick Trips. Look, I'm gonna send it. It's actually gonna disconnect me, so I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, exactly. If he's Mamba FX. Dude, tell me why I used to watch him and like think he was actually like a fucking beast. And you guys know who Swaggy C is? I paid for his mentorship, guys. When I was learning, when I was brand new, $500. I paid so many mentorships. Y'all don't even know, bro. Y'all don't even know. Holy fuck, dude. Bro, is Alex still here? Hold on. Where's Alex at? Please tell me you're still here, bro. No, I don't think he's here. I don't know. That was that guy that we both trade supply and demand together. But, bro, I wasted a ton of money in years, like 4 years, thousands of dollars on mentorships. You guys are lucky, bro. If you guys just started with ICT first, like, I actually hate you. You're actually so lucky. Oh, options Discord? I never started options. Oh my goodness. Romeo the real goat, for real. Let me let this dog out, bro. Phoebe. Yeah, but bro, I used to pay this guy, like, for one, I paid him. Hold on, I gotta let this other dog out. Oh my god. Need like a big ass doggy door so they can just go through. But what was I gonna say? Like I was probably like 2 years in. I was still cooking. I paid this guy like $350 a month, and I never got funded once. Even though I won a fucking. I don't know why. Dude. One. You could learn everything TGR teaches from T-trade into it. It'd be explained better, probably. All ICT core content in order than spend 6 months just building on. Damn, dude. Dude, I've never watched a single ICT video. Is that cooked or what? Can you say you got to the aha moment? I actually didn't learn from a mentorship, bro. I learned actually that's cap. I learned from the MXM trader. That's the really only ICT mentorship I've ever been through. But it's more of a course than a mentorship. So I never had a mentor necessarily. But they kind of are mentor trades, AM trades. These are stuff you like learn stuff from. But as far as like mentorship, never been through ICT mentorship. I swear to God, Jay, I'm not even joking. Yeah, I'm actually not joking. I paid $333 for Romeo. That's crazy. Oh, I joined the Discord and am lost where to start. Just paid the thing before, but don't know how to navigate. Okay, so as far as the Discord goes, so these channels here, this is my channel, this is Kiko's, Nico's, Ian's. So these are more so like helpers, but the difference between me is I have an actual course they can go through. Kiko, Nico, and Ian are people you just add for help. Like they just help. Obviously, AM trades and T trades are going to help you as well. But you can also add these members and me, myself, if you have questions. And we also post stuff to help you out, right? Here's T trades lessons. Right? So if you go in here, I'll post lessons about maybe what happened within the day or just random lessons in general. Here is the questions channel. So here you can write a question out. And again, AM trades, T trades. If you just add one of us specifically, we'll get to it. And here's the Fractal model chat, the expansion model chat. So if you're going to use my model, just at me in the Fractal model chat. Here's where we post our trades, general chat. It's pretty standard, but the WAP is where you actually view the courses, which is a separate app. And that's where the live streams are at. And that's where the courses are at. So, yeah. How old are you? I'm in my 20s. Mid-20s. But which mentorship? I don't know, man. It's hard to say because it's a little bit of everything, bro. It wasn't just one. No, bro. Is 5 or 1 video is better than all teachers. Wait, who are you talking about? Was that like sarcasm? Just the MXM bread and butter. Like basically the whole course was like helped me out in my learning stage. But it's very beginner stuff. Like I would say the MXM trader stuff is very beginner. Like you still need to do so much more studying. There's many stuff that I use that are not taught from this course. But the reality is 80% of ICT concept, yeah, I know. Absurd. Or yeah, absorbed was useless. MXM was in. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I would say T-Trades actually got me into ICT and helped me learn concepts individually. And the MXM Trader kind of helped me put things together. Models, like how to frame internal to external and stuff like that. And then I just got good at like daily profiles, which actually, Afiz, I learned a lot of that stuff from you. Daily profiles and stuff. And then weekly profiles, like AM trades. So like a bunch of like different people. And then a fuck ton of hours of chart time. And a lot of it, of the chart time was like back testing because, you know, when I used to work, I couldn't even trade. So I used to come home and just back test for hours, go to sleep, do it again. So when I was ready, when I got the opportunity to trade, I would be ready. That's what my goal was. You did? No, I didn't do a one-on-one with MXM. Like I said, I never did a mentorship or anything. I just learned from a course. Like the MXM Traders course is the only course that I looked at. When you get in that Lambo, I'm not into cars like that. But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't even know what car my dream car is. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. You should see what car T drives. Like you would think, bro. You would think. I bet Fees knows. It's actually funny. I think we can learn your model. I think you could. You can get a lot of the what's it called? Like core concepts of it, or I don't know what I'm saying, but the core foundation of it. That's what I'm trying to say. But as far as putting stuff together, very good with the Fractal model. Like it's actually really good the way I use it. Pretty good. A lot of people are having success with it. If you go on the trades channel, so this is where we post. This is where we post the expansion model, Fractal model, or my model. See a lot of it is GXT. Here's GXT. Here's GXT. 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 Here's Nico. He trades expansion model. Here's GXT. My trade. Another one of my trades. This is GXT as well. The same trade that I took. If you trade my model, you can trade the same entry as me. Except maybe this positional stuff that I trade, which I don't really, it's not my course because it's a little advanced, but I teach in my live streams. Here's also GXT, etc. Right? Here's my model, GXT, GXT, GXT. Here's my model, my trade again, GXT, GXT. I don't know what the hell that guy's trading. GXT. So yeah, if you trade the Fractal model, you're gonna trade my model. Like you're gonna do it. Just because my model is like how to frame Fractal model, but high probability. So you're gonna probably make that transition if you haven't already. Where am I at? Oh, here we are. Man, this is so sick. That's so fire. That thing is sick. Does T-Trade trade live? No. Alright, on my bounce, boys and girls. Been on for a while, huh? I think I was live for who's recording? I don't think anyone recorded from the start, but that was at least like 2 hours. I know that. Okay, Fred, calm down, buddy. 2 hours? Okay. Appreciate the information. Yes, sir. Maddie looks like you as well, Fees. Alright, y'all have a good one, man. Gio's day. Good luck tomorrow and the rest of the week.